Hi YouTube family, happy Saturday. To all my Canadian friends and family, happy long weekend. Hope everybody's having a good start of the day so far. Today I'm going to be sharing a recipe for eddos or taro as some may know it. And the eddo roots is actually a superfood. Today I'm going to share some health benefits with eddos and some of the things that we can use eddos for. First, I'm going to start peeling the eddos. And you want to take off all the brown part of the eddos. This one is not too good, so I'm going to set this one on the side and I'm going to move on to the other one. So first you want to peel off all the brown part and make sure that it's nice and white inside. That's when you know it's a good one. So I'm going to continue to peel this one and show you how I do mine. Eddo or taro root is very rich in fiber and helps to regulate insulin in the body. Eddos really have some good health benefits. Also helps to control blood pressure, and it is very rich in vitamin B12. Even the leaves of eddos can be used to cook with coconut milk. It is so delicious as a spinach and very rich in iron. Eddo can also be used in soups, stews, porridge. It can be used in curries. It can also be used in some healthy drinks. Today I'm going to be sharing a recipe for eddo roti. Just like the dal puri and potato roti, today I'm going to be making eddo roti for lunch. So if you want to see how I'm doing this, stick around and let's cook together. So after peeling and washing the eddos, I'm going to cut them back into small pieces. Not too small, not too big. A nice size so they can cook quickly. And sometimes eddo tends to scratch your hands after washing them. So a good tip is to put on a gloves when dealing with eddo or peeling it or washing it. If you find that your hands are scratching, use a glove and it will help to prevent that scratching sensation. So now that the water is hot, we're going to add some salt, just about a teaspoon. And we're going to put our eddos to cook until they're nice and tender, just like if we're making potato roti, that texture we're looking for. So while my eddos are cooking, I'm going to start kneading my flour for the roti. So in here I have my all-purpose flour. Over here I have some baking powder, some dried flour to knead the dough, and I have some room temperature water. I'm gonna add my baking powder into the flour, and we're just gonna mix in that baking powder a little. And for the dough, you don't really need anything else to this dough because the eddo is gonna be nice and flavorful, so it will add enough flavor to the roti. Next, we're gonna make a well here, and we're gonna go in with our water. I will leave all the ingredients and the measurement that I'm using today in the description below. So when kneading a dough for roti, it's best to use a wide bowl so you have enough room to knead your dough freely to how you want it. When kneading a dough for roti, don't be stressed about if your roti comes out a little bit too soft. All you need to do is add a little bit more of flour and knead it in until your roti becomes the texture that you're looking for. If it's too firm, you can just add a sprinkle of water and then keep working the dough until you get it to a nice, soft but firm texture. This one here is going to be a perfect one. From the way it's kneading, I can tell. So when the dough is nice and smooth like this, you know that it's ready. It's nice and soft. So I'm going to let it rest until my eddos are nicely done and I will show you how to prepare the eddo roti. Let's check on the eddos. I can see that they're done. Let's strain these babies up. After boiling and straining the eddos, I'm gonna mash them up, and I have my helper here who's gonna help me to mash the eddos. So go ahead, Natalie. And you can see right there that the eddos are nice and soft. They're gonna make a very good eddo roti. Let me put more for you.
Okay.
How is it? Is it hard to mash?
No, it's really soft.
Okay.
See?
So this is the eddos after mashing it. Natalie did a phenomenal job with it. Thank you, baby girl.
You're welcome.
And to season our eddos, I have here all the fresh ingredients. I have some green onions freshly picked from my garden. I have some garlic, onion, and some hot pepper. I'm using 2. This is a very mild one, and a marjoram pepper, because I would like to flavor up this roti very nice. So I'm gonna add all this goodness to my food processor. I'm gonna add the pepper, garlic, green onions. And the reason I'm using the food processor is because I would like to have dry ingredients instead of wet ingredients, because we want to keep the eddos really dry for the roti, because if we fill off a wet filling, it's going to cause the roti to have holes, and it's going to start sticking to the surface, and we're going to run into some serious problem. So when making this roti, you want your filling to be as dry as possible, or else you might get yourself into some sticky situation. So now I'm gonna go in with this. With the food processor, I don't have to add any water. I'm gonna start finely chopping the ingredients up. So in the mashed eddos, we're gonna add our salt to flavor this up. And we're gonna go in with our blended ingredients. And you can see that pepper, green onion, and all that good stuff. This is gonna be a really flavorful eddo roti. So let's mix all the ingredients now. And it smells really nice. The beauty about this is that we can see the pieces of green onions, pepper, and garlic in there, which make it really beautiful. You can also have eddo choka, just as it is here, and you can eat it with some roti or bake, and it'll be delicious as it is. At this point, you would want to taste for salt, and if you have to add, this is a good time to add some more salt. So this is how it looks after mixing it up. We're gonna set it aside, and now look at my roti dough. We're gonna make small pieces just like when we're making dal puri to fill these off. And then as soon as we finish filling these off, we're gonna cook them, because we don't want them to get soft and start sticking. So I'm gonna make some nice small pieces, and with a clean surface, I clean my surface before. I'm gonna roll out this dough, and we're gonna cut some small pieces. I'm gonna roll this dough out. This is a nice soft dough, and I'm gonna cut small pieces, because after filling these out, they will turn to a nice big size of roti. See? We're gonna get a good amount out of this dough, and we're gonna have a nice size of roti. You don't want them too big, nor too small. So with one of the pieces of roti, you just want to spread it out the best way you can. You can also roll it out with a rolling pin. But for me, I just quickly like to spread it out with my hands, just like when you're filling the dal puri. And then I'm gonna go in now with some of the eddo and put it right into the center like that. Enough so that we can close it back. And then we're gonna pinch the ends in like that. Right around, pinch all the ends, and then give it a nice big seal on the bottom. And you just wanna make it into a nice round shape like this. And this one is done. We're gonna flour the bottom. And then I'm gonna rest them onto this dish until I finish rolling out or filling out all the rest. Let me show you one more. So after filling them off, this is how it looks. You can see the seasoning from the inside. I'm gonna start right away to roll them off, and hubby's gonna help me to cook them. So now it's time for us to roll it off. I nicely floured my surface and make sure that both sides of the roti is also coated with some flour. So we're gonna gently roll them off because we don't want them to have holes and for the filling to fall out. First one is on and it is swelling up nicely, just like a dal puri. I'm gonna continue with the rest. Once they don't have hole, they're gonna swell up nicely. So you wanna make sure that they brown up properly before you take them off. So these are really coming up nicely. I think because hubby is cooking them.
Really?
Is that right?
Have any magic touch?
Yeah, you got a magic for cooking the roti here.
I can't take credit for it because you do everything.
So they're coming along nicely. Look how nice it's poofing up here. These are the ones that are done. They look so beautiful. When it's nice and hot, it goes very well with some sour, and I do have some soury sour from the Camaranga. Check out my eddo roti. Hubby just finished making them. They're so nice and soft, and I can't wait to bite in. Look at this one here. You can see all the ingredients and seasoning. They're very hot at the moment. Today we're gonna have a veggie day. So to all my vegetarian friends, I have it all for you. I am cooking some butternut squash to go with my eddo roti. Along with the pumpkin or the butternut squash, I have some fresh spinach cooking up here that I just picked from my garden. So once this is done, I'm gonna plate up and let you guys know how my eddo roti tastes along with my 2 vegetarian side dishes. So here is the finished product, my friend. I have here the eddo roti, and today we're going vegetarian style. I have my butternut squash or pumpkin, and I have here the spinach with some nice pepper sauce. So now I'm gonna go in for a piece of the eddo roti, and the roti is nice and soft. Look at that. And you can see from here, from the inside, all the seasoning and everything here is showing through. It's a nice thin roti, but let's dive in right into the pumpkin. I'm gonna go first with piece with the pumpkin and some pepper, of course, and I will taste this. So delicious, so flavorful. The roti is nice and soft, and that eddo in there with all the seasoning really blend in well together. And I'm gonna go in for some with the spinach. I figure out today I'm gonna do it with some vegetables instead of a meat dish. Wow, amazing. So on this plate here right now, I'm not missing any meat right now. And then I'm gonna go in for a dip of the pepper on its own. Ooh, look there. The pepper sauce have a nice limeish flavor, and it goes very well. I think I can just take this pepper and rub it into the roti and just wrap it like that. Just enjoy it. So that's our lunch for today. Leave in a comment and let me know what you had for lunch, and let me know what's the best way you like your eddo. For all my eddo friends, I hope you will give this a try. Special shout out to Riza because I know he's a big eddo fan. This here, once you try it for the first time, you will always go back to this recipe. So I want to say stay blessed, stay safe. Everybody have a wonderful and safe weekend. We love you guys. Bye for now.
Bye for now.